In the United States today, the second most common misused word is retarded. At the same time, this is also one of the most hurtful words we can say. The word retarded can be defined by a slowness or limitation in intellectual understanding and awareness, emotional development, or academic process. But in today's society, we use the word to describe something or someone that is stupid or foolish. This word should not have a negative connotation, but it does in today's world. Society uses this word to put down people, when in actuality, the people that are medically described by this word need people to lift them up, not for people to use their diagnosis to put down others. Just because somebody has this disability does not mean that they cannot participate in the real world.
This is Madeline Stewart, an 18-year-old model from Brisbane, Australia. Madeline has Down syndrome, but she is pursuing her dream of becoming a model after losing 44 pounds. She lost the weight purely off of her own desire to. She loves to swim and dance, and the weight was holding her back. Her new body has given her a new air of confidence, motivation, and positive energy. She wants to model to raise awareness and spread the idea that people with Down syndrome and other disabilities are just as capable as anyone else. Her mother, Roseanne, has been very supportive of this idea, stating, "If the average person could see the beauty Maddie has inside, how loving and caring she is, and if that is what people measured beauty on, then most of the models in the world would have Down syndrome." Madeline is a person with just as much motivation, drive for success, and kind intentions as anyone else. She wants to make a change and allow people to see the benefit that individuals with Down syndrome give to society. Modeling will help change society's view of people with Down syndrome, she writes. Exposure will help to create acceptance. Madeline is by no means incompetent or incapable of possessing the emotions that everyone else has. People with Down syndrome, like Madeline, desire to be seen just like everyone else. Calling them retarded certainly is not fitting nor appropriate to their traits as human beings. Madeline's mom, Roseanne, said, "These things were a lot different 18 years ago. I remember having her in a stroller when she was a baby and small-minded people telling me she should not be out in public. Her doctors told me she would never achieve anything," she said. "But things are changing every day, and people are more accepting of what they don't understand yet. We must facilitate and be a part of this change by stopping the use of the word retarded, by uplifting those with disabilities, and seeing all they have to offer."
This is Noah, and he was born at 6:15 p.m. on December 15th, 2010. His parents have spent the last 10 months looking forward to the day he was born. They were extremely excited and couldn't wait to be parents. As soon as they got the news that they were having a boy, they began to brainstorm what he would look like, act like, talk like, and dress like. They almost had created a fake child before the real one was even born. They knew their life was going to change with his birth, but little did they know how much of an impact this little boy would have on them. The day finally came, and Noah was born. After cleaning him up, the doctors took him to be weighed and make sure everything was alright. About 4 hours after Noah was taken, the parents' pediatrician came in to talk to them. The conversation started out normal, but then took a U-turn when the doctors mentioned that Noah's physical features are consistent with trisomy 21, otherwise known as Down syndrome. After 15 minutes of being informed with what to expect of Noah, he was brought in. The mom had told herself that no matter what, she'd be smiling the first time she held her baby, and she stuck true to that promise. The dad then said, "I'll never forget the second they handed my wife our sweet son Noah. I've never been so proud to be her husband. It sounds weird, but I could see the love in her heart on her face. Despite all that had just happened in the last few minutes, she was so happy. She loved this kid so much. I loved that kid so much, and I loved her so much. I loved our family. There's nothing in the world that compares to the feeling a parent has the first time they're holding their newborn baby. It's indescribable, but it's awesome." It's awesome to see a family take what most would see as a negative and reflect on it as a positive. I don't understand why people have to harp on people having Down syndrome as a bad thing. I mean, it's not an ideal situation, but everyone in life has their quirks, and people learn to live with them. Using the word retarded is extremely offensive, and it has such a negative connotation to it. I want to urge people to be cautious when using this word and to try and remove it from their vocabulary. People need to see people with mental disabilities for who they truly are, bright, young, beautiful individuals. This family was able to do that, and I hope others are able to do so as well.
The word retarded is considered hate speech because it offends people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, as well as the people that care for and support them. It alienates and excludes them, and it also emphasizes the negative stereotypes surrounding people with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Sarah Mitten, a board member of Treasure Valley Down Syndrome Association, said, and I quote, "Because the word has become a casual description of anything negative or flawed, retarded is no longer considered an appropriate way to describe people with intellectual disabilities. And any use of the word, even when used as slang and not intended to be offensive, is hurtful because it will always be associated with people who have disabilities.